Hey guys, it's Lucy here with cheers2blogging.com. So today I'm super excited because I'm finally going to get to show you this super awesome tool that I've been using for maybe about 2 months now to create my Pinterest pins. Now, it's not the only tool that I use, but it is the one that I use whenever I need to push out pins fast. And ever since Pinterest changed their algorithm or they updated it and they want fresh pins every single day, this has been my go-to tool because it really does help you make Pinterest pins within a matter of minutes. And I don't know about you, but back then I really enjoyed making my pins. But after I had to make them every single day, it started to become more like a chore, right? So the chores are kind of those things that you don't really want to do and you want to knock out as fast as possible. So you want to be fast and efficient. And this is exactly what this tool is. So this is actually going to be two separate videos just to make it not as long because I really want to spend some time with you showing you how to actually create these pins in minutes. So before that, this video is going to show you all of the different features that RelayThat offers because at a glance, I don't know about you, but this is the main screen and you see all this and you're like, okay, what the heck? This looks nothing like what I'm used to. What is all of this? And because it is a different tool that you're probably used to, I'm going to take this short video and I'm just going to walk you through the different features. That way you can become familiar. Because it is going to be a little bit of a learning curve and you will have to play around with the tool to kind of get used to it. And so that's why I'm here. I want to show you and try to make that process a little bit easier for you. So this is the home screen of RelayThat. So you'll see on here that they have different workspace presets. So what is a workspace? A workspace is pretty much where you can create a campaign. You're putting in whatever graphics you want to use, the text that you want to display, and your logo. And then it's going to create all of these different graphics for you. It's going to create you some Pinterest pins, some YouTube banners, some flyers, whatever you want. It's going to create it using those images and that text that you put in. So I'm going to click on one and you're going to see that it tells me that I've reached my personal workspace limit. So on their basic plan, and I have a super awesome deal for you linked down below as well, by the way. So on this plan, you only get 5 workspaces, which is not a problem at all because if you're primarily going to be using this for Pinterest graphics, then you're going to be changing your images and your text and maybe your logo as well all the time. Not so much your logo, but everything else. Yes, you're going to be changing it all the time. So it really doesn't matter. So all of these are pretty much the same. So you can really pick whichever one you want. Now I'm going to go ahead and go to my save designs and I'm going to show you just a quick glance at everything that I've created because I like to save my stuff just so I can go back to it. And so this is a list of all of the pins that I've been able to make. And you see I have even some YouTube thumbnails in here as well. So you'll see that off here to the side. But if I go into my workspaces, this is where all of the magic is going to happen. So like I said, in the next video, I'll actually show you how to create these pins. But for now, I'm just going to kind of go through all of the different features and functionality so that way you know what to do. And that way, after you're done watching these 2 videos, you can go ahead and start making these pins. And it's going to be a huge time saver for you. So this is the page where, like I said, everything's going to happen. So I'm just going to change this into a pin image real quick. And you'll see up here, this is where I have my workspaces. They're just different pictures that I've used and different text. You'll see that I already have some stuff saved in here. And like I said, it really doesn't matter how many workspaces you use because you're going to be changing all of this stuff anyways. So anyways, we're going to use this one as the example. And you see I already have some text in here because the last Pinterest pins I made were obviously for my new blog post, which is about this. So up here, this is where you're going to choose your different workspace. Now the layouts function here, this is the super cool part about it, is that you'll see all of the different sizes that you could possibly use. So I have it set right now. I don't even know what it's set to. It looks like an Instagram post. But let's say I want that same graphic into a pin. And then look, these are all of the pin options that it's telling me I can choose from. And as you see, it's already made them for me. Yes, I need to tweak and move some wording around a bit, but for the most part, it's made it all for me. Like this one looks pretty cool. It already looks pre-made. So look, if I wanted to keep this one, all I do was move this stuff up. Let's move this over. And I'll keep my logo down here. And that could be a brand new pin. I could increase the font size if I wanted to. You can lower it. Anyways, I'll show you all of that in the next video. I'm already getting ahead of myself trying to make some new pins. But now that I'm in the pin and I'm editing it, it opens up these fonts, right? So over here, you'll see the different fonts, the font 1, font 2, and the highlight. So if I go over here, what makes it a highlight is this little bracket. So the highlight is whatever, you can make it a different font color, you can make it a different text. For example, I have the make pins fast here, and this is in the brackets up here. And then I can change it to whatever font or color I want. And so this right side right here is what you'll actually be using to create the image itself. So you get to choose the different color options for different pins, what text, you can unclick what you don't want to include. You can click it right back. And then you'll see up here that you have the option to drag in your photos and your icons. Now, if I go back to layouts, keep an eye out on this right side here, because you'll see that with depending on the layout, it'll change. So that's something important to keep in mind as you're doing this as well, because the layout changes. So the number of color choices that you might have change. This button, it's giving you an option for a button. You can add more than one picture or a backdrop. So that's a really cool feature that this has. So if I go back over here, this is where you can do your uploads. So just like some of the other tools that you're probably familiar with, you can just go ahead and drag in your images here. And then if you click them over, it does take a little minute, or I can just drag it over. That actually works better. Then it'll change the image for you. So that's what you'll do here. And then you can see all of your uploads that you've done for that workspace only though. So that's something important to keep in mind. So if I go over to, I guess, this Father's Day post, which is not even a Father's Day post as you see, I have some of the similar the workspace uploads here. Yeah. Okay, so another cool thing that RelayThat has is stock images. It does come with thousands of stock images included in the plan. So you can just type in whatever you're looking for, and it's going to bring up the most relevant thing that you can use. So you're welcome to use any picture, any stock image that pops up on this screen. And you see it does have plenty of options for you to use. I still highly recommend you go with a stock photo membership because it's, especially for Pinterest, they're wanting fresh pins, fresh images all the time. So if you're using a free stock image, and sometimes that could hurt your reach, not always, but it does sometimes. But I'm not saying I never use free photos, because I most definitely do. And plus, this is a platform that you would pay for, so it's not used as much. So yes, feel free and use these stock photos as well. It's there for you to use them, right? I already showed you the fonts, but it has, look, it has a lot of different fonts that you can pick from. And you can even upload your own font. So if you have your own unique font that you got created specifically for your brand, then you could upload that into here as well. And then up here, like I said, is where you'll change the different fonts, the colors, and the height, the sizes, all of this. I'll show you in the next video in a bit more detail, but just know that it's here for you to change all of this in your graphics. And same thing for the colors. You have the option for all of these different colors that, you know, that you want to make your image. See, it's an easy, super easy tool for you to use. So if you're using different colors, which I do recommend because, again, Pinterest wants you to be unique and be different all the time. This makes it super easy for you to just kind of keep the same pin, maybe move it a little bit and change the colors with the clicks of a few buttons. Now, the same thing for the button. If I choose here that I want this button, let's just move it down here, then I get to pick what kind of style I want, just the color, just with the click of a button. So let me click out of that and see it automatically changes it for me. And then here it gives you like multiple different ideas for your titles. I personally don't really use this because I like to be, I like to use my keywords and my key phrases, and I'm better off doing it in that way, but the option is there. And since I don't want that, I can just hit reset. Well, it lets me do reset like once or twice and then it doesn't. So that's one thing. I guess that's something you can add to the cons list. But either way, it's super easy to go back and edit whatever it is that you want to edit anyways. And then let's say I like this pin. I like how it looks, which by the way, I don't like how this one looks right now. But let's say I did and I wanted to turn it into a YouTube thumbnail. Now these are the options that it's giving me. As you see, it'll automatically create it and resize it and do everything for me. All I have to do is kind of go in here and move some things around. So that's pretty much it. Once you're done with it, I always do recommend that you save it as a design, and that's what I had showed you in the beginning. And from there, you would download it. One thing you should keep in mind though, whenever you are downloading whatever graphic it is, when you download it, and I'll download this one, it's going to download as the name. If you see down here, I don't know if you can see that, but it's going to download it as the name of your workspace. So in this case, it's downloading this pin making tool graphic as blogging pins. So before you upload it into Pinterest or your blog post or wherever, make sure you change that name to add in your keywords, your key phrases. That way it's better improving your Pinterest and blog SEO. But other than that, again, these are all the features that this tool includes. I just wanted to give you a quick overview on everything, but the next post or the next video is actually going to go into detail about how to create these really beautiful high quality pins that Pinterest wants and that you're really tired of creating. So you need to get them done quicker, right? And spend more time on like other money making tasks for your blog. So be sure to check out that other video because it's the one that's really going to change the way your Pinterest strategy. It's really going to change it, and it's going to give you so much more time back to work on other things of your blog. So if you do have any questions in the meantime, please feel free to leave a comment below. I also have the link to the blog post that goes with my RelayThat review below. So if you have any questions or if you need anything, please reach out. I'm here for you. Stay tuned. The next video will be coming up shortly. Cheers to blogging and have a good day. Bye.